Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 5th of July 2022. And I know other people have said this, but it seems like the standard of driving out there has markedly deteriorated in the last 2 years. And I've just been out and about doing a few bits this morning, a few jobs, and I had no less than 3 people who kind of pulled out in front of me when they shouldn't have been. Okay, it wasn't so bad where I had to do a sort of huge emergency stop or anything like that, but it was definitely close enough to be of concern, shall we say. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it seems to have deteriorated quite a lot. Don't know what you think about that. If you've had any experiences, please leave a comment in the comment section below. So last night I went to this Stand Together meeting, like I said I was going to on my last video, where a few different stands in the kind of larger area I'm in come together and share ideas. You know, there's nothing like a bit of cross-pollination of ideas, and it seems like a lot of the other stands out there are doing lots of stuff. Some of them are very big on the yellow boards. They're out there every week, maybe even a couple of times a week. You know, the yellow boards with the black writing on that you see sometimes when you're sort of driving down the road. They're standing there on the side of the road with messages that the government and mainstream media don't necessarily want you to know. And yeah, they're sort of doing that, you know, in a big way. And then there's other stands who are organising new stands, or they're, you know, just up the road and stuff like this. They're organising events. They've got events planned. They are sort of doing all kinds of things to help the cause, really. And yeah, it's amazing how much is just going on out there. So I was very pleased to attend that, and I hope to be working with the guys and girls up there quite a bit more closely as well. And if you're ever in Dorking and you fancy a drink, the Bull's Head, there's a pub in there called the Bull's Head, pretty much in the town centre. And not only is it a nice pub, but you can go somewhere where the owners or the sort of landlady and landlord are very much awake, so I can recommend that. So what else is new? Seems to be kicking off in Holland, doesn't it? In the Netherlands, like I mentioned in a video recently. That just seems to be gathering pace, doesn't it? And I noticed they've got boats blocking ports. They've got all their tractors blocking sort of kind of distribution depots and even media outlet offices and stuff like that. So they are really making waves out there. And yeah, I think if you want to get an idea of how sort of these things should be done, you can't go wrong by looking at the Dutch farmers. So good on them, that's what I say. And speaking of that kind of thing, there are protests happening in this country as well. Yesterday, the M4 motorway, which if you don't know it, is really the most major road that goes from London heading west towards, well, right into Wales. So, and that was completely blocked by protests against the huge rises in fuel prices, you know, petrol and diesel prices. So they were out, and I think at one point the bridge that sort of crosses from England into Wales was completely blocked. So even in this country things are happening. And I heard that the people at the front, apparently, you know, who must have been, I suppose, the organisers of of it all. They had 6 points put on their licence. They were given ASBOs, which are things you get in this country for bad behaviour. Normally you get them if you're sort of a really bad, noisy, horrible neighbour, or if you're sort of a yob, just sort of going around creating mayhem. But they were given out to these sort of lead protesters yesterday on the roads there, and also I believe they had their insurance cancelled. So the powers that shouldn't be certainly aren't playing nice at the moment, and if they think that's going to stop these things happening, I would suggest to them that they're only encouraging it to happen sort of twofold, threefold, or even more. So it's good to see that people really are starting to, both in this country and abroad, starting to make their displeasure known. And just going back to the Stand Together meet that I went to last night, one of them was saying, I think it was one of the ladies who does the yellow boards and other outreach stuff. She was saying that things are changing, and I've heard this from other people who do this kind of thing as well, these outreach things. People out there, just normies, sort of general public, are just a lot more receptive to what the likes of us have to say and willing to listen to us a lot more. And she was just saying she's just getting the sense that people seem to be waking up. So I don't know what you think about that. Are people in your area waking up, or are they just as much asleep as they've ever been? I'm sure in some areas they probably are, but in other areas they seem to be waking up. So let me know in the comment section below about that and anything else, and I will be back either later on today or tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.